The Zarnak Collective had conquered 3 galaxies. With organic intelligence vastly superior to any known life form, and technology that bent space and time like threads in a loom, the Zarnak were as close to gods as science could allow. But there was one rule etched into their prime directive: do not disturb developing civilizations without a full biological risk assessment. And so, when their probes detected intelligent radio signals from a small, water-heavy planet orbiting a yellow star, third from its sun, blue and green with swirling white clouds, they did what any responsible galactic superpower would do. They sent an intern. "Zilthor, are you listening?" The voice of Commander Creel echoed inside Zilthor's exosuit, the buzzing authority of someone who had survived 1,000 missions and expected no foolishness from a gelatinous being barely 1 rotation out of the Academy. "Why, yes, Commander," Zilthor replied, adjusting the settings on the hover pad as Earth loomed below. "Your mission is simple. Land undetected. Scan the dominant species. Assess any biological threats. And for the love of the void, don't poke anything, especially not the local fauna. Some of them have teeth." "Understood," Zilthor chirped nervously, as the tiny infiltration pod slipped through Earth's atmosphere. Cloaked in quantum displacement fields, Zilthor reviewed the data. Species of interest: Homo sapiens. Bipedal. Omnivorous. Territorial. Primitive technologies. Obsessive media production. Emotional. Unpredictable. And, most confusing of all, they kept dangerous life forms as companions. That last fact puzzled Zilthor. Earthlings were regularly injured or even killed by animals, yet continued to house them, feed them, sometimes dress them in silly costumes. He had to understand this contradiction. Zilthor landed in a suburban neighborhood of North America, which scans identified as a statistically average area. He activated his morphosuit, taking on the appearance of a teenage human boy, backwards cap, hoodie, sneakers, and all. The disguise worked perfectly. He was just another Earth teenager, which meant he could roam freely, absorb data, and blend in. His first stop, the internet. He snuck into a local high school's computer lab, found a machine, and began researching. At first, everything seemed normal. Cats knocking things off counters, dogs chasing balls and tails, birds saying, "I love you." It was all strangely adorable. Then he stumbled onto a video titled, "Top 10 Most Dangerous Animals on Earth. You Won't Believe Number 3. Curious, Zilthor clicked play, and that's when the nightmare began. The first creature was something called a box jellyfish. It floated gently in tropical waters. No claws, no teeth, no obvious weapons. And yet its sting could shut down a human heart in under 5 minutes. Zilthor made a note in his report. Earth Organism 1, Gelatinous Cube of Death. Avoid ocean. Avoid boxes. Possibly both. The next was a tiny insect, the mosquito. Barely visible, it killed more humans than any other creature, through a process called disease transmission, a method of weaponized biological warfare. Earth Organism 2, Miniature Sky Vampire. Engages in blood theft and indirect genocide. Zilthor blinked his eye stalks in alarm. He continued watching. Saltwater crocodile. A living tank that could launch itself from water like a missile. Cape buffalo. Murderous cows that killed more people than lions. Blue-ringed octopus. A rainbow-colored poison cannon disguised as sushi. Even the harmless-looking hippopotamus turned out to be an amphibious berserker that killed hundreds each year, while smiling. Then came the cassowary. It looked like a bird, an oversized turkey, but it had dagger-like talons, armored skull plating, and a temper that made planetary warlords look chill. Earth Organism 7, Feathered Velociraptor. Possibly hates music. Confirmed murder bird. Zilthor slammed the laptop shut. "Enough," he whispered. "These humans live among monsters." He rushed outside. Birds chirped in the trees. A squirrel eyed him from a branch. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barked. Zilthor jumped. He had to complete his assessment and leave before one of Earth's seemingly innocent death beasts noticed him. But part of the directive required first-hand observation. He needed to witness how humans coexisted with these creatures. The answer came in the form of a cheerful sign. City Zoo. Meet the world's most dangerous animals. He entered cautiously. The zoo, bustling with families and school groups, displayed Earth's terrifying biodiversity like a trophy cabinet of chaos. He approached an enclosure labeled Tigers, Apex Predator. Inside, the orange-striped killing machine slept, on its back, tongue out. Children cooed and pointed. One child dropped a stuffed toy into the enclosure. The tiger sniffed it, pawed it gently, then returned to napping. Conclusion: Earthlings display no fear. Possibly delusional. Tigers may be narcoleptic. Threat level undetermined.